little bit more on 5G, the how and the why. Why is it so much faster, and why is it concerning? Alright. Currently, cellular technology comes out of the antennas up on top of the tower at a 45-degree angle, and it goes out over the countryside. Alright. We've got decently fast speeds now. Not fast enough. When there's a whole bunch of people in one place, or everybody is on their phone, like say there's 10 people in the room with you, and you're all watching videos, downloading. Well, you're all connecting to the tower in the same place. You're all sharing the bandwidth to get there. Alright? And it gets slow, and there's latency issues, and buffering occurs. Because everything's got to get processed and then sent out, come back, and then get processed and disseminated again. It's a lot of data getting processed at once, and it's inefficient. Just like DSL was way back when everybody in the neighborhood get online, all of a sudden nobody's got download speeds. But if you get on at 4 a.m., it was quick. Similarly. So here's what 5G does. These new antennas, which are ridiculously heavy. They're like 200 something pounds or more. Where it used to be I could carry a cell phone antenna across the tower. I'd get it off the line, pick it up, and I could climb across the tower with it and hang the thing. All right, now they weigh more than I do. Because inside they've got, what is it called? A directional polyphase. Whatever. They create hundreds of beams. Direct beams using millimeter wave technology. Right? And these beams come down from the antennas, and they're going to be pitched much steeper. Right? So they can go down to the small cells, which are going to be installed about every 10 houses or so to create the blanket effect necessary. The towers beam down to the small cells, and then your devices connect directly to the small cell, which is going to be installed right on the corner. You know? So everybody connects to the small cells. So now picture you've got a 30 gigahertz radio frequency millimeter wave tether now from your device, your smartwatch, your tablet, back to the small cells. And you will always connect to the closest small cell. So at any given moment, well, every given moment, you will have this beam of energy coming at you, or coming at your device. And I generally hold mine in front of my chest, so great. I'm going to have RF beaming straight at my heart. Phenomenal. And the reason they've got to put in so many small cells, the frequency is being increased so much, like so greatly, like by a factor of like 15,000, something like that. It's ridiculous, the difference in the frequency from 2,500 megahertz or 2.5 gigahertz up to 30 something gigahertz. That's a significant change, right? Well, as your frequency goes up, your range decreases because it spends what energy it has faster. It's hyperactive. It tires out quickly, essentially, where what we're broadcasting now is at a lower frequency. It's designed to cover a distance. Right? So the tower beams down to small cells, and the small cells create a tether between your devices. So you've got a direct path to the small cell, which is its own processing unit, which then sends it up to the tower. The tower sends it to the cloud or to a regional processing station. Right? That's why it's going to be so much faster, and that's why there's such an increased health risk. Because it's not just radio frequency everywhere and you're tapping into it, into the signal, and then making a loose connection to a tower that's a mile away. You've now got a direct beam to a small cellular emitter out on the corner. And here's the kicker, people. They're not doing biologic testing to make sure that this is safe to be implemented in the public. And I saw them testify in front, the big tech companies testify in front of Congress. I watched the video, or not Congress, the Senate, because it was Senator Blumenthal asking the questions. Like, what do you mean you're not spending any money to test whether or not this is safe? And he was hot, and so am I. This is Reckless. Well, so I did some digging and found out that there were some FCC guidelines standing in the way of this technology being implemented into the community. There were a couple rules. One about power levels and the maximum wattage and frequencies able to be used. Well, that regulation's gone or has been changed. The ruling that said they couldn't put towers that close to residential, not towers, but the radio frequency, the levels in residential area, that's gone. It all happened yesterday. I made this video yesterday talking about how we've got time to educate ourselves and raise awareness, and we don't. While I was making my video trying to warn you, they were actively voting to pull these regulations. And they've still done no testing. There's nothing in the works. The government's not testing. The big tech companies aren't testing. Nobody knows. Louisiana, first, was it Louisiana or Mississippi? There's a couple states now that are calling for testing to be done. There are some municipalities that have blanket said, no, we ain't doing it without additional testing. There are countries that have pulled the plug on it. Countries. Here's the crazy thing. Somehow or another, there is a global plan to initiate 5G everywhere for the Internet of Everything. How? Who managed to come together globally to vote on this thing? Who decided globally? How? Nobody else has managed to do anything globally for the good of humanity ever. How in the fuck did suddenly this space age technology get pushed into production and implementation with zero biologic studies and is being done globally? I didn't get the fucking memo. Where was my ballot? I've got the right to vote now, and I didn't get to vote on this. But it's fixing to happen to me. It's fixing to happen to you. And I'm smelling a rat. I'm calling bullshit. How globally? Because it's going into implementation everywhere. So you're telling me that the heads of the tech companies were able to come together and make decisions that affect all of the rest of us, and they worked with the FCC to get rid of the regulations and put it into implementation. If you check the fcc.gov/5G website, this is the government website for the FCC, it will verify. It will verify that they have just completed the auctioning process for the rights to broadcast on these technologies. They auction these things off at multiple billions per frequency package. Go look at fcc.gov/5G. They just pulled and augmented and changed the regulations that were keeping them from putting this untried testing, or this untried technology into the populace. Go look it up. You call me a fearmonger, I'm fearful. You say I lie and I'm full of shit, I don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the fucking website. Do a little bit of research. Just a little bit of digging shows that there is cause for concern, ladies and gentlemen. But God bless you, God bless America, God bless the world, God bless everyone. It's time to educate yourself and contact your local government, your state government, your senators, congressmen. Get in touch with everybody you can and tell them that you want testing done on this technology before they install it on your city block.